After trading over 1,000 insults with an online gaming friend, I couldn't let it go. I made an alt account, lured her into an online romance, then dumped her. After blocking her, she threatened to confine me in real life. I wasn't worried at all. Whatever. My avatar was pretty sultry, anyway. My home is in a remote village. Even if she wanted to find me, she'd first have to fly, then take a high-speed train, then a bus, then hire a motorcycle taxi, and finally walk to my house. And once she reached our village, calling my name wouldn't help. She'd have to call out my dad's name too. Even the Japanese invaders couldn't find this place back then. If you can find me, I'll be impressed. When my second aunt called me, I was in my pajamas, roasting sweet potatoes before the stove. The phone in my pocket kept ringing, but I ignored it. My mom found that strange. She glanced at me and tentatively asked, "Why aren't you answering? Is it your girlfriend?" I was speechless. I snapped back. "Since when do I have a girlfriend? You really don't have one. Then why won't you answer in front of me? Why would I answer it? Anyone calling me is either an advertiser or a scammer." When I was at school, delivery drivers and food couriers would call too. But since returning to the village, I'd have to go to a pickup station over 20 kilometers away in town to collect a package and pay a 1 yuan pickup fee. Lazy and cheap as I am, I hadn't ordered a single package since coming home for break. No delivery driver would be calling me. As for takeout, we weren't even in the delivery zone. This hungry little glutton couldn't order any, no matter how badly I craved it. My friends knew I had phone anxiety. They wouldn't call unless it was necessary. Even if they had to call to save money, they'd only call me through WeChat. So whoever was calling me now, apart from a scammer short of their monthly quota, was probably no one else. My mom looked up at me. "If you won't answer, hang up. It keeps ringing and interrupting my short drama." Got it. I reluctantly pulled out my phone. Wait, it wasn't a scam call. I tapped answer as I turned the sweet potatoes in the stove with tongs to keep them from burning. I curiously asked the caller, "Second aunt, why are you suddenly calling me? Is something wrong?" My second aunt's voice was warm over the phone. "Fang Xiu, why didn't you tell us you found a girlfriend in the city?" I froze. "I don't have a girlfriend." Don't listen to my mom's nonsense. During winter break, there wasn't much to do at home, so I could only read novels on my phone. I'd often suddenly laugh while reading. Whenever my mom saw it, she'd suspiciously ask, "Are you seeing someone?" I thought she'd been spreading rumors about me, but my second aunt replied, "I asked your mom a few days ago, and she said you weren't dating anyone. Yet now the girl has come right to your door." Fang Xiu, that isn't right. Fine, you didn't tell us you were dating. But why didn't you warn us that your girlfriend was coming over? We could have prepared. Second aunt, what did you say? My girlfriend came looking for me. But I really don't have a girlfriend. Are you sure she's looking for me? My second aunt sounded certain. Of course. The moment she entered the village, she asked people where your house was. The old folks she asked didn't realize at first that she meant you. Then she said it was a rather handsome college student. They immediately knew she had to mean you. After all, you're the only college student in our village. Who else could it be? I happened to be playing mahjong at the village office, so they sent the young lady to ask me. The moment I heard her, I knew she was asking for you by name. My second aunt teasingly urged me. She's waiting for you at the village office right now. Hurry over and meet her. Bring your girlfriend to my place for dinner sometime, okay? I had the call on speaker. Second aunt was so loud that even my mom heard her. She put down the addictive mini-drama she'd been watching and glared at me. "And you said you weren't dating anyone. She's come all the way to our village." Completely bewildered, I said, "Mom, I'll go to the village office and see what's going on. I'll explain when I get back." I hurried to the entrance of the village office. When the uncles and aunties playing mahjong saw me arrive, they immediately teased the unfamiliar woman standing nearby. "There you go, miss. Your boyfriend's here," someone else said to me. "Fang Xiu, your girlfriend is quite pretty. She clearly looks like a city girl. You've got good taste." I looked at the woman before me. She was tall and slender, with sharply defined features. Her clothes were simple and neat. She looked about my age, probably a female college student, but something about her outfit looked expensive. Following everyone's gaze, she looked at me. Her breath caught. Then she looked me up and down and scoffed. "HMPH, so it really is you, Fang Xiu." Her tone made it sound as though I were some scumbag who dumped her, but I racked my brain and still couldn't remember when I'd ever met such a beautiful girl. Though I did aspire to be a heartbreaker, I hadn't actually put it into practice. After all, being a player takes talent. I pointed at myself in surprise. You know me. She gritted her teeth and said coldly, one good deed a day earns great virtue. 2 good deeds a day earn even greater virtue. Holy crap, isn't that my game username? My eyes flew wide open. I finally knew who she was. I cautiously asked, are you the one who woke your husband by touching him at midnight, then ate a meal of pan-fried buns? The woman before me nodded in embarrassment. I was stunned. You actually came. She was an online friend I met in a game. And my online girlfriend. More than half a year ago. After my exams ended, I had just learned to play games. One day, I got matched with a teammate. When she saw my gameplay, she tore into me viciously. When you shake your head, your pig ears slap you in the face. Is your brain full of toilet cleaner? Why don't you go back home to your ancestral grave and see whether your brain is buried down there? Before I could react, she blocked me. Damn, her tongue was deadlier than undercooked green beans. I had nowhere to vent my fury. Unable to swallow it, I made an alt account and added her. I was determined to make her suffer even more. After sucking up to her for a few days, I finally got her WeChat. Every day, I called her sis this and sis that, showering her with concern. At first, she was dismissive. She sneered. What are you? Some kind of villain? Cackling all day long. Without batting an eye, I kept sucking up to her. After all, she hadn't deleted me, which meant she liked this kind of thing. Every day, I'd search fan forums for female celebrities for sweet lines, then copied and pasted them to Miss Pan Fried Bun. She politely rejected me with her words, but she was already hooked. She said good morning and good night to me every day. Gradually, we talked more and more, and things between us grew increasingly intimate. I learned her name, Shen Buyu. We stayed on voice calls all night, sharing every detail of our daily lives, but I never brought up making things official. Then one day, when my cousin came to see me, I was on a voice call with Shen Buyu. When she heard my cousin's voice, she could not hold back any longer and asked, what are we, exactly? I deliberately said, we have never even met. What do you want us to be? Then wait for me. I will come find you, okay? That very night, she bought a plane ticket and flew to the city where she thought I was. The moment she landed, she hurriedly messaged me. Baby, did you come pick me up at the airport? Why can I not see you? Is it too late? Are you already asleep? It is okay. Just tell me which district you live in. I'll take a cab and book a hotel near your place. Why are you not saying anything? I am sorry. Was I moving too fast? The moment Shen Buyu sent her apology, the next second, she got a notice that I had blocked her. I could picture the stunned look on her face. That felt amazing. She was the one who cursed me out in the game, then blocked me. I hate people like that most. She left me with all that rage and nowhere to vent it. I was just giving her a taste of her own medicine. After I blocked Shen Buyu, she borrowed account after account on WeChat to add me again. Baby, what did I do wrong? Please tell me, okay? Please do not ignore me. Was I too hasty? I am sorry, baby. We can take things slowly, at your pace. I dropped the act 2. I sent her screenshots of how she had insulted me in the game. So, you finally got what was coming to you. How? I thought she would curse me out, but instead, she humbly begged me to forgive her. She sounded truly pitiful. Baby, I deserved it. Say whatever you want. Curse me however you want. But please, don't ignore me, okay? I'm begging you. Of course, I did not agree. I promptly blocked her new account too. Before blocking her, I gave her a final ultimatum. Do not add me again. This ends here. We are even now. But Shen Buyu refused. I do not want us to be even. What we had these past few months was real. I do not believe you feel nothing for me. Can we just meet once? I ignored her. Besides, I was not even in the city she went to. That is right. Even my IP address was fake. To trick her into going to another city, I constantly switched my IP address. When she found out, she was furious, just as expected. She threatened to track me down in real life. You had better pray I do not find you. I was not worried at all. Whatever. My avatar was pretty sultry anyway. My home is in a remote rural village. Even if you wanted to find me, you would have to fly first, then take a high-speed train, then a bus, then find a motorcycle taxi, and finally walk to reach my house. Our village does not even have house numbers. Calling my name would not help either. You would have to call out my dad's name. If you could find me, I would be impressed. She seemed furious and replied with 3 words. Just you wait. Then she went silent, but I never thought she would actually come. She found a place even the Japanese invaders could not find back then. It was completely absurd. Thinking of it now, I regretted it bitterly. The village office was full of prying eyes. I gave the woman before me a look. Let us talk somewhere else. Second aunt was busy playing mahjong, so she had no time to question me further. Before I left, she only said, Fang Xiu, is your family slaughtering a pig tomorrow? Your second uncle is not home. Why not keep it for a few more days and slaughter it when he gets back? I nodded. Then Uncle Lu beside us suddenly asked, Fang Xiu, I want to buy a piglet. Do you have any left? I smiled, my eyes narrowing. Uncle Lu, you asked at just the right time. We had run out before, but we got some today. My mom said, the old sow at our farm gave birth to several piglets today. Uncle Lu beamed at me. Great, I will come by later and pick one. Same price as before? I chuckled and nodded at him. After that, I noticed Shen Buyu had gone deathly pale, but I did not think much of it. Not until we reached a place where we were alone. I stopped and spun around. What exactly do you want? Trading insults online was one thing, but you actually tracked down my home? Go on. How do we settle this? You can curse me back if you want. I promise I will not say a word back. Then leave as soon as you are done. After thinking it over, I took a step back. But no hitting. Let us be clear. We use words, not fist. Shen Buyu stared me blankly. Her eyes suddenly reddened. Baby, I was wrong. I came here to apologize. Will you add me back? I froze. That is it. She nodded, tears glistening at the corners of her eyes, looking at me pitifully. Fine, fine. After a fight, strangers become friends. I opened my WeChat QR code for her to scan. Once she scanned it, I held up my screen. There, you have added me. Now hurry and go. It will be dark soon if you do not leave. It is not safe for a girl to be out in the middle of nowhere. Our village does not have any hotels for you to stay in. But before I could even take a step, someone grabbed my sleeve. I turned back helplessly. What is it now? Shen Buyu gazed at me blankly. I have already come all this way. Can I stay at your house for a few days? I will leave in a few days. It is my first time in the countryside. I want to stay and experience it. I was about to lose my temper when an app notification announced, you have received 10,000 yuan. I paused, then immediately put on a smile. Hey, what are you saying? A friend has come from far away. Of course I am delighted. I put away my phone and gestured for her to follow. Right this way. Arguing with a troll online was one thing, but she really showed up at my doorstep. I still took her home and treated her to the best food and drink. It was not that I was scared. She had simply offered far too much. A full 10,000 yuan. Who would argue with a fool like that? No, I mean, who would argue with money? As I led her home, Shen Buyu acted like she had never seen the world before. Looking at this and that, she pointed at a toad in the grass and shouted, Baby, look, there is a bullfrog. Do you not love eating bullfrogs? How about we catch it? I rolled my eyes at her. You clueless city bumpkin. That is a toad. Did you not take biology? And, do not call me baby. Shen Buyu looked aggrieved. All right, I will not call you baby anymore. But I am still not used to calling you Fang Xiu. I never thought even your name was fake. I was completely unapologetic. Who uses their real name online? Of course you use a screen name. I use my real name. My real name is Shen Buyu. I answered indifferently. So that is why. You dug up my personal information. I did not mean to. Babe, Fang Xiu. I just could not reach you. I was so upset. After all, weren't we dating? I glared at her. Who was dating you? I was tricking you. Your mouth was so vicious. You deserve to be fooled. Fine, you tricked me. But why could you not trick me forever? I stared at her in shock. People actually ask for that. Had I known you were so hopelessly lovesick, I would not have messed with your feelings. The internet says, never date someone who's hopelessly lovesick, or you will never be able to dump them. Shen Buyu took my hand and looked at me earnestly. Then do not trick me out of my feelings. Trick me out of my money instead. I am very rich. Once we get married, my money will be your money. I quickly pulled my hand back. Are you crazy? Why would I take your money? Do you really think I am a con artist? My family may live in the countryside, but that does not mean we are poorer than you. We have hundreds of pigs right there. I am one of the village's biggest pig farmers. Shen Buyu nodded and seriously asked, so, your family is A12 too? I counted on my fingers for ages, then could not help laughing. What? Are you some heiress from a city? And a 12? Shen Buyu blinked. How did you know? Afraid I had not understood. She carefully explained it to me. A 12 means your assets reach 12 figures. That sounded completely ridiculous to me. All our pigs together would make us P3 at best. Are city people always this precise when they brag? Shen Buyu opened her mouth, but ultimately swallowed her words. After 2 seconds of silence, I suggested she delete the motto novel from her phone. If she was an heiress from a city, then I was the crown prince of Mang village. My house was still some distance from the village center. Night had fallen, and there was not a single light along the road. Shen Buyu claimed she was not afraid, but her steps kept quickening. She even began quietly reciting China's 24-character civic values. My scalp prickled, and I joined her for a couple of lines. This is your home. You are scared too. I am afraid you will step into a ditch, and I will have to pay for it afterward. I took her suitcase and moved to the side closer to the road. Shen Buyu did not call me out. She just walked a little closer. When we reached a muddy stretch, the suitcase wheels sank into a rut. Just as I was about to pull harder, she bent down and lifted the suitcase. I will do it myself. Your shoes are not practical. If you fall and get hurt, you'll blame me again. She looked down at my flip-flops, then actually handed the suitcase back to me. Fine, then I will leave it to you. Boyfriend, call me that again, and I will toss your suitcase into the ditch. More than 10 minutes later, I finally saw the lights from home. The moment I led her inside, my mom grabbed a broom and charged at me. Fang Xiu, I sent you to college, so you could study. You are only a freshman, and you have brought a girlfriend home. What are you thinking? As I dodged, I shouted to my dad for help. She is not my girlfriend. She is just a friend I met playing games online. She had never seen a pig slaughtered, so she insisted on coming to experience country life. My mom did not believe me at all. Would an ordinary friend cross mountains and valleys just to find your home? She even gave me 10,000 yuan. The moment I said that, my parents looked at me even more suspiciously. Shen Buyu quickly stepped in front of me to explain. Uncle Annie, I came without telling you beforehand. It has nothing to do with Fang Xiu. I gave him that money willingly. He did not plan to let me stay. I insisted on staying for a few days. She took all the blame on herself. She did not even mention our online dating revenge scheme. My mom finally lowered her broom. My dad lowered his voice. Son, we do not need this little bit of money. We cannot take advantage of the girl. He had a point. 10,000 yuan could buy several piglets. I took out my phone and immediately returned 7,001 yuan to Shen Buyu. I will only take 2,999. Not 1 yuan more. That was close. I almost went from a college student to a con artist in my parents' eyes. Shen Buyu glanced at the payment notification. She could not suppress the smile tugging at her lips. Why did you only keep 2,999? 3 nines are lucky. She obviously did not believe me. I turned and headed straight for the table, giving her no chance to press me further. Only then did my dad invite her to sit. You are little Shen, right? Eat first. We do not have much out here, so please do not mind it. The table held twice cooked pork, braised prawns, and pork rib stew with potatoes, plus a pot of old duck soup. They were all my favorites. Staring at the plate of prawns, I casually called for Mom. If you want some, take it yourself. You are all grown up. Are you still waiting for me to peel them for you? I was about to look for disposable gloves when a peeled prawn suddenly appeared in my bowl. Shen Buyu was wearing thin kitchen gloves. As she picked up a second one, he gets an allergic reaction from touching shrimp shells. I will do it. My mom froze. You have been like this since childhood. Why have I never heard you mention it? I even went to the hospital for it as a kid. Did you forget? My mom looked a little guilty. When she looked at Shen Buyu again, her gaze had softened considerably. Little Shen remembers it well. He mentioned it to me before. He said he craved shrimp but was too lazy to wear gloves. My mom immediately caught the important part. Ordinary gaming friends talk about what they eat and what they are allergic to. I kicked Shen Buyu under the table. Without changing expression, she corrected herself. We talk on voice chat a lot. Voice chat. My mom looked at me again. Eat. The food is getting cold. After I shot Shen Buyu a glare, she immediately lowered her head and ate. I just have a good memory. She took a bite of the food and promptly praised my dad until he beamed. Her praise put my dad in high spirits. He asked whether she could cook. A little. My dad taught me from childhood that if you want to care for someone you like, you cannot just wait for someone else to serve you food. My dad slapped the table, thinking that made perfect sense. Little Shen, will you show us what you can do tomorrow morning? Shen Buyu agreed without hesitation. Sure. What would you like to eat, uncle? Make whatever we have at home. No need to fuss. As I shoveled food into my mouth, I suddenly had a bad feeling. At this rate, if she stayed a few more days, there might not be any place for me in this family. My mom looked at her, then at me, and promptly picked me apart from head to toe. Before the meal was even over, Shen Buyu had gone from a stranger online to little Shen. After dinner, she even took the dishes and chopsticks into the kitchen. My mom would not let her wash them and only told her to sit and rest. Just as I was about to leave my mom grabbed me by the collar. She has been traveling all day and still knows to lend a hand. What about you? With no choice, I had to stay and wash the dishes. Shen Buyu leaned against the kitchen doorway, enjoying the show. Her grin was utterly punchable. I waved the dishcloth in my hand at her. Laugh again, and you will sleep in the pigsty tonight. Before bed, my mom prepared the guest room. She specifically arranged for her to stay next door to them. Before closing the door, she tossed out one more remark. Get up for tomorrow morning. We are slaughtering the one you brought home today. Shen Buyu's face went white instantly. Once my mom had gone, she grabbed my sleeve. Fang Xiu, the one your mom meant. She does not mean me, does she? I nearly burst out laughing. Who else would it be? Cursing me online was not enough. You even dared to deliver yourself to my door. Shen Buyu stared at me. I am young. I can work. How about you keep me for a few more days? I could not hold it in. Leaning against the wall, I laughed for ages. I was kidding. My family is slaughtering a pig tomorrow. Did you not want to try a fresh pork feast? Shen Buyu sighed in relief, then felt embarrassed. She turned to shut the door. I blocked the door and reminded her to get up at 4 in the morning. If you want to experience country life, do not just show up to eat. Before dawn, I dragged her out of bed. Wrapped in her coat, Shen Buyu stood at the pigsty entrance. She was so sleepy she could barely open her eyes. Just as the pen gate opened, a huge sow bolted out past us. My dad shouted from behind us, "Do not let it run toward the pond." A whole group chased it down the road. Several of my uncles quickly fell behind. Shen Buyu had been running beside me. When I slipped, she reached out and steadied me. But the pig dragged her into a shallow, muddy ditch. When we caught up, the cuffs of her pants were covered in mud. She was still gripping the pig-catching rope for dear life. The pig grunted ahead while she gritted her teeth behind it. Stop staring and come help. My dad was so delighted, he kept slapping his thigh. My dad immediately handed her the other end of the rope. He even praised her. This girl is capable. She could not bear to watch what came next. So she went to help my mom feed firewood into the stove. When the steaming pork feast was served, she took a bite. Every trace of her earlier fear vanished at once. It is delicious. Can I have another bowl of rice? I handed her the rice pail. Princess, help yourself. She looked up at me. Did you not doubt me? Then I am the crown prince of Mang village, too. After eating, I went back to my room for a nap. When I woke again, it was nearly dinner time. I went downstairs and looked around, but Shen Buyu was nowhere to be seen. I casually asked my mom whether she had left. Left? What are you talking about? She went with your dad to fix the pigsty gate. As my mom sorted vegetables, she suddenly lowered her voice. Fang Xiu, is little Shen really not your girlfriend? No. Then step it up. I wondered if I was still dreaming. That morning, she had been worried love would cloud my judgment. By afternoon, she was already disappointed that I was not making a move. I have only known her for one day. What is wrong with one day? She is hardworking, sweet, and knows how to conduct herself. My mom tipped her chin toward the pigsty. Unlike you, who eats and then sleeps. I was unconvinced, but I could not find a single rebuttal. Over the next few days, Shen Buyu did not sit idle for a moment. She knew nothing about raising pigs, so she followed my dad around, learning to mix feed and repair the pen gate. She did not know how to grow vegetables, so she crouched beside my mom and asked which plants were seedlings and which were weeds. She never showed off. She only got to work after asking clearly. And when she made mistakes, she did not make excuses. On the third day, she discovered that the drainage ditch behind the pigsty was clogged. My dad had planned to clear it himself, but she had already changed into an old pair of rubber boots and carried over planks and a shovel. When I went over, she was standing beside the ditch, drawing out how to alter its slope. Everything was marked clearly on the paper. She had even calculated how much cement they would need. My dad could not understand all those lines, but he understood the numbers at the bottom. Little Shen, did you study this? No. My family has a few businesses too, so I am used to reviewing projects. She said it as if it were nothing. My dad only assumed city kids were more worldly. Standing beside them, I thought for the first time that her 12 claim might not have been all talk. Shen Buyu had my parents completely won over. Seeing me cooped up inside all day only annoyed them more. My mom tossed the greens into a basin. Look at little Shen, then look at yourself. Mom, she really is not my girlfriend. My mom sighed. That is such a shame. I nearly choked on my water. We have only known each other for a few days. They had already forgotten who their actual child was. The next day, my dad was going to the town market to buy pig feed. He insisted I come along. I looked at Shen Buyu. We can drop you off in town. Then you can catch a ride home. Before she could speak, my dad objected. Little Shen is going up the mountain with your mom tomorrow to pick wild vegetables. What is the rush? Shen Buyu smiled and nodded. Uncle is right. I am not in a rush. Before we left, I asked if she wanted to ride in a convertible. Shen Buyu's eyes lit up. A few minutes later, she looked at the pickup my dad had brought over. Then she looked at the two little stools in the truck bed. This is your convertible? A limited country edition, great airflow, and no traffic jams. She insisted on riding in the cab, claiming she never got carsick. 10 minutes later, the truck stopped beside a mountain road. Shen Buyu's face had gone pale. Holding on to the door, she did not want to say a word. Suppressing a laugh, I handed her water and hawthorn slices. Then I patted the clean woven sack spread across the truck bed. Come on up. The air is better back here. She sat beside me, both hands gripping the rail tightly. Trying to comfort her, I said, my uncle had kidney stones a few years ago. He was supposed to take my dad's truck to the hospital, but the rough ride jolted the stone out before they even got there. Shen Buyu closed her eyes and sighed. What a pity. I do not have kidney stones. For a moment, I did not know how to respond. There was really no need to be sorry about that. At the market, my dad went to buy feed. I took Shen Buyu around to browse. Old-fashioned egg cakes, taro pastries, sour jujube cakes, and freshly baked sesame flatbreads lined the street. I could not stop buying things while she followed behind carrying the bags. As we passed a popcorn stand, the machine went bang. Startled, Shen Buyu instinctively moved closer to me. The moment she realized what she had done, she straightened up. I held back a laugh, then handed her a fresh bag of popcorn. Here, princess, calm your nerves. She grabbed a handful and stuffed it into her mouth. Mouth full, she warned me not to tell anyone. I nodded with utter sincerity. Then I turned around and snapped a photo. Evidence. Next time you call me a coward, I will send this to you. Shen Buyu reached for my phone. I held it high and circled the stall. The two of us nearly turned the street into an obstacle course. At the sour jujube cake stand, she picked up a bag and looked it over. You once said you relied on these to stay awake during final exam revision. You remembered that. I also remember you said they were expensive outside your school, so you could not bear to buy them. She pulled out her phone to pay, but I scanned the code first. This time, it is on me, so you cannot go back and accuse me of scamming you again. Shen Buyu did not argue with me. She simply put the sour jujube cakes into her bag. All right, then I will savor them slowly. After one lap around the market, our hands were full. So were our stomachs. My dad had not returned yet. I had no choice but to take her to Aunt Lu's restaurant to wait. Aunt Lu smiled as soon as she saw me. She took the bags from my hands, then poured 2 cups of hot tea. Your dad went with your Uncle Lu to check out some feed. They will probably be a while. Then her gaze settled on Shen Buyu. She looked her over several times. Xiu, is this your girlfriend? I thought you and our Zhaoyao might rekindle your old romance. I was just about to explain when customers came in. Aunt Lu ushered us to a table, then turned to serve them. But Shen Buyu did not move. She set the bag full of pastries on the table, then stared at me and asked, rekindle an old romance? Fang Xiu, did you not say you had never dated anyone? I lifted my teacup and took a sip. I had already lied. What difference would one more lie make? Shen Buyu furrowed her brow. It makes all the difference. You are my first love, but I am not yours. Why did you and Lu Zhaoyao break up? Does she still like you? Why do you have so many questions? I took planes, high-speed trains, buses, and motorcycle taxis just to find you. Shen Buyu straightened the bag of pastries in her hands, then seriously laid it all out for me. I cannot finally get in line, only to find someone else ahead of me. Her questions gave me a headache, so I had no choice but to tell her the truth. 5th grade. We dated for a week. Then the teacher found out, and we broke up. Shen Buyu went quiet for 2 seconds, then suddenly laughed. Baby, we do not usually call that a first love. Then, what do you call it? Plain house. I glared at her and told her to change what she called me. But Shen Buyu was in a much better mood. So that means I am still your first love. Get a grip. I was lying to you. Then why did you lie only to me, and not anyone else? She said it as if she had every right. Admit it, you like me. I could not be bothered to dance around it, so I made myself clear. I have never considered getting back together with Lu Zhaoyao. Now, she is just Aunt Lu's daughter. There is nothing else between us. Shen Buyu's lips twitched, but she forced them still. Oh, I was just asking. But there was nothing casual about that smug look. If not for that sharp tongue of yours, I would not even know you. Shen Buyu gripped her paper cup, the smile fading from her face. I was in a bad mood that day, and I took it out on you. I am sorry, but if I had not lost it like that, I probably would never have met you. I am sorry for lashing out, but I do not regret that it led me to meet you. This was the first time she had sincerely apologized for what happened in the game. I did not respond. I only pushed the last taro pastry toward her. When we got home that day, Shen Buyu carried the boxes of fine tea from the truck. Then she took out a jewelry box and handed it to my mom. Inside was a gold bangle shaped like a snake. My mom was born in the year of the snake. Even I did not remember when Shen Buyu had asked. The tea from my dad was also the kind he had casually mentioned a few days ago. Shen Buyu never put on the airs of a wealthy young lady in the village. But she remembered everything everyone said. Before I could recover from my shock, she handed me another box, this one holding a mechanical watch. I wanted to pick out something else for you, but there was nothing suitable in town. So I had it delivered to the courier station. I opened it and took one look. Then I immediately closed it and shoved it back into her hands. It is too expensive. I cannot accept it. Shen Buyu did not force it on me. She simply took the box back. Fine. We can talk when you are willing to accept it. She said it so naturally, but something about it felt strange to me. My parents came over too. They asked whether she was preparing to leave. A bleach blonde guy in his 60s lured my grandmother away. I need to go back and find her. That had my parents questioning her for ages. I sat beside them, pretending to use my phone, while keeping one ear trained on them. Only then did I learn Shen Buyu had not been bragging. She really was the heiress of the Shen family in a city. My parents were not intimidated by her family background, though. My dad only asked why she had traveled so far alone, and whether her family knew. Shen Buyu hesitated, then honestly admitted she had come without telling her family. My mom frowned and told her never to do that again. If you want to visit, tell us ahead of time. We will have Fang Xiu pick you up. It is not safe for a young woman to change transportation so many times. Shen Buyu agreed with a smile. I sat beside them without saying a word, but one phrase stayed with me next time. That night, after my parents went to sleep, Shen Buyu and I sat in the yard, feeding the mosquitoes. I asked how much the gifts cost, ready to transfer her the money. You want us to be even. Should we not be? Shen Buyu placed her phone face down on the stone table. She sat up straighter. Fang Xiu, let us start over. You can take your time thinking about it. You do not have to agree yet. I will keep pursuing you. But do not block me without a word again. That time at the airport, I waited for you all night. She was not using it to pressure me. She was simply laying out the facts. I gripped my phone, taking a long time before I spoke. I went too far that time. From now on, I will say things to your face. I will not disappear on you. I said nothing. She added, otherwise, even if I have to fly, switch to a high-speed train and take a bus, then find a motorcycle taxi. I will come back and get answers. I believed her. After all, she had already made that trip once. And Lu Zhaoyao is not allowed to cut in line. She left the line a long time ago. I swatted her hand away. Only then was she satisfied, lowering her head with a smile. The next day, my dad drove Shen Buyu to the bus station in town. My mom stuffed 2 bags of cured sausages and a pack of sour jujube cakes into her luggage. Shen Buyu had arrived with only one suitcase. But by the time she left, it could barely close. She stood by the bus door, looking at me as though she were waiting for something. I shoved yesterday's leftover taro pastries into her hands. Eat them on the way, so you do not get carsick again. She took them, and finally smiled. She took a bus to the county town, then a high-speed train to the provincial capital, then went to the airport. After all that travel, she did not reach a city until nightfall. She was gone, but the messages never stopped. Every day, She told me what she had eaten and where she had gone. If half a day passed without a reply, she would send a question mark. Once I replied after finishing work, she did not press me for more. It felt like we had returned to our online relationship, except this time, neither of us used a fake name. I would send her photos of the newly repaired drainage ditch at the pigsty. She sent back a photo of sour jujube cakes on her office desk. Beside it was a note from my dad listing the cement needed. Those bags of things bought in town had somehow made their way all the way from Mang village to a city. Winter break ended quickly. On the first day back, I had just reached the school gates when someone grabbed the handle of my suitcase. I looked up. I almost thought I still hadn't woken up after riding all night. Shen Buyu, what are you doing here? Did you look into me again? She pulled out her student ID and waved it in front of me. Not this time. Did your parents not tell you? I go to this school too. She stood before me with an infuriatingly smug smile. Junior, actually, I totally ship you with that online ex-girlfriend of yours. Why not get back together with her? And if you do not want to, that is fine too. I look exactly like her. You can date me instead. I looked at her for a few seconds, then suddenly stepped closer. That could work. Before Shen Buyu could react, I lowered my head and kissed her. It really was better than dating online. At least I could see her and touch her. She covered her mouth and froze, her ears slowly turning red. I had finally gotten one over on her. I grabbed my suitcase and left. I had barely taken 2 steps when she caught up from behind. Shen Buyu pressed one hand on my suitcase and took my hand with the other. Fang Xiu, that was my first kiss. You have to take responsibility. Are you trying to pin this on me? Yep, only you. Her words were bold, but her ears were still red. The rebuttal I had prepared suddenly would not come out. I tried to shake her off, but she only held on tighter. She asked, if we hadn't fought in that game, would we have met at school? I looked at the hand she held in hers. Probably. After all, she had managed to find even my village.